Reverse engineering your regrets into future triumphs. Have you ever had a night where you can't fall asleep because your mind is replaying everything you should have done differently? That relationship you didn't fight hard enough for, that opportunity you let slip away, that time you stayed silent when your heart was screaming at you to speak up. Regret. It's heavy. It's sharp. It's one of the most painful emotions a human can carry. And yet regret is also one of the most powerful tools for transformation. Most people believe regret is poison. They believe it's something to run away from, bury deep, and pretend doesn't exist. But what if I told you that regret is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your breakthrough? Because regret is proof. Proof that you wanted more. Proof that you cared. Proof that deep down, you knew you were capable of something greater. Part 1. What regret really means. Here's the truth. You don't regret meaningless things. You don't regret the shows you didn't binge. You don't regret the junk food you skipped last week. You regret the big things, the meaningful things. You regret not starting that business when you had the idea. You regret not telling someone you loved them before they walked out of your life. You regret not chasing your dream when the door was wide open. That pain you feel when regret hits, that's not weakness. That's a signal. It's life's way of saying, this is where your growth is waiting. Part 2. The American Dream and the Fear of Missing Out. If you're in the USA, you already know this feeling. We live in the land of opportunity. Every billboard, every commercial, every motivational story we hear, it screams that success is possible, that dreams can come true. But the dark side of opportunity is regret. Because when everyone tells you the American dream is real, and you feel like you're behind, regret can crush you. You look around and see people building businesses, traveling the world, living their best lives, and you wonder, why not me? Why did I wait? Why didn't I take action when I had the chance? But here's the secret. It's not too late. Regret only has power if you let it paralyze you. If instead, you reverse engineer it, regret can become your rocket fuel. Reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is simple. Engineers take something apart piece by piece to figure out how it works. Then they rebuild it stronger, smarter, and more effective. You can do the same with your regrets. Here's the process. Identify your regret. Don't hide from it. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Bring it into the light. Example, I regret not starting my YouTube channel 5 years ago. Trace the root cause. Ask yourself, why didn't I do it? Was it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Did I lack knowledge? Did I let procrastination win? Extract the lesson. Every regret has a message. If fear stopped you, the lesson is courage. If procrastination stopped you, the lesson is discipline. If lack of knowledge stopped you, the lesson is preparation. Rebuild with new actions. This is where transformation happens. You take the lesson and you apply it. Today, right now. If your regret is not starting, you start. If your regret is not speaking, you speak. If your regret is not trying, you try. Suddenly, regret stops being a weight that drags you down, and it becomes the fire that pushes you forward. Stories that prove it works. Think about Steve Jobs. He regretted dropping out of college until he realized that dropping out gave him the freedom to explore calligraphy, which later inspired Apple's legendary design. Think about J.K. Rowling. She regretted wasting years in poverty and rejection. But instead of letting that regret crush her, she used it to fuel her writing until the world knew the name Harry Potter. Think about athletes like Michael Jordan. He regretted missing thousands of shots. But he said it himself, those failures, those regrets are the very reason he succeeded. The people we admire most are not people without regret. They are people who transformed regret into power. Your regrets is a roadmap. Imagine this. You sit down and write out your top 3 regrets in life. Now, instead of beating yourself up, you flip them into action plans. Regret, I didn't take care of my health in my 20 seconds. Action, I commit to the gym, to nutrition, to making my 40 seconds the healthiest decade of my life. Regret, I didn't go after my passion career. Action, I dedicate 1 hour a day to building my dream, even while I work my job. Regret, I hurt someone I loved. Action, I pick up the phone. I say what I should have said years ago. I choose forgiveness and healing. Do you see what happened? Your regret just gave you the exact blueprint for your future triumph. Why the USA audience needs this message? Let's be honest, living in America comes with unique pressures. We're told from childhood to chase success, to build, to hustle, to make something of ourselves. That pressure is a blessing, but it's also a curse. Because when you're not where you thought you'd be by now, regret screams louder. But here's the truth. Success in America doesn't belong to the smartest, or the richest, or the luckiest. It belongs to the people who are willing to take their regrets and use them as a compass for their next move. That's how generations before us did it. That's how immigrants built businesses from nothing. That's how leaders rose from poverty to power. That's how you can take the regrets you're carrying right now and turn them into the foundation for a life you're proud of. The emotional shift. There's what I want you to understand. Regrets does not mean you failed. Regret means you're human. Every single person you admire, every leader, every entrepreneur, every artist, they have regrets too. But instead of letting regret end their story, they used it to rewrite their story. And so can you. The call to action. So tonight, instead of drowning in the weight of what if, I want you to sit down with your regrets, write them, study them, ask them what they're teaching you, then take action. One step, one call, one decision. Because regret doesn't mean your story is over. Regret means the next chapter is waiting for you. And when you reverse engineer your regrets, you don't just change your future, you inspire everyone watching you to do the same. Your regrets are not your chains. They are your keys. Unlock your triumph. Start today.